else you can do, you know, other than education. But you don't have to have any experience. All you have to have is the will to do it. And if you do it, you can find, it's like in our culture, it's like such an esteemed career to be a doctor or a lawyer. Okay, I just met with a friend whose husband is an attorney, and they have, she said $300,000 of student loan debt, but whatever, they have $300,000 worth of debt, right? And her husband just got a job offer as an attorney for $18 an hour. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to start somewhere when you're a new, right? You don't start making a buttload of money when you're an attorney. So anyway, these are esteemed careers in our society, okay? But these people put in 12 years of postgraduate school, you know? And then they have all that debt that they have to pay off. I mean, it just blows me away. I'm like, seriously, man? I've been doing this for 5 years. I make way more than physicians make, and I'm home with my family 24/7. Except when I come to do trainings like this. Then I have some freedom. From those kids asking me questions every 30 seconds. Just kidding.
Are you telling them how much money you make?
I don't generally announce how much money I make. But do you want to know? Okay.
You're a Blue Diamond now.
Well,
Blue Diamond.
but when
Yeah.
people ask you, then you tell them.
When you have to understand that, that it's good to have people have realistic expectations as well. You have to understand that those pools, they say the average, it's above what you're going to be making when you first hit that rank. Diamond average, I think, is 17,000 or something, but that's because of people like us who just like camped out at Diamond for a couple years, and we're making like Blue Diamond income already, essentially. So. You know, just so you know, and make sure people's expectations are realistic. Let people know when you make diamond, you're probably going to be making $10,000 a month. You know, and some people that are platinum make that much. You know, it just depends on your unilevel. Unilevel is unilevel is where you're going to make your money ultimately. In the beginning, it's nothing, right? It's the fast starts that are awesome. You know, you're like, sweet, fast starts, 15 power 3 bonus, great. But ultimately, it's going to be your unilevel. And that's why it's important to support everybody on your team, regardless of where they are in your organization, because that's going to boost up your unilevel, and that's going to be your meat and potatoes. But anyway, so in 2015, the lowest amount we made for that monthly payout was $22,000, and then we just went Blue Diamond in November, and so we had a nice boost. And that was the first year. Thank you all that the first month that we broke $1 million in volume. Thanks for all your orders and support. So we had a lot more unilevel that month than usual, too. And our check for November, when it processed in December 15th, was $38,059. For 1 month! You know, you go tell me that it's smarter to go to medical school and become a doctor. I mean, that's great. Those people want to serve that way. I just prefer to be with my family. You know? If I wanted to be a doctor, I'd probably do it after my kids were raised, so I can focus my time with my kids. Because their kids aren't home for very long, those of you that have kids at home. You know, you get, what, 18 years with them maybe? 15 if they run away early? Just kidding. But anyway.
She's got their bags packed.
Hey, whenever you're ready to run away.
Well, Vanessa's 29 and she's still home.
But, you know, I mean, to me, it's just like, I don't want to have regrets when my kids are raised. I don't want to be like, dang, you know, I wish I would have done something differently, or whatever, you know, I mean, whatever. Everybody's different. Like, I have some people that would prefer to be away from their kids during the day, you know. They go, oh, you're lucky you want to be with your kids. I'm like, okay, I guess I am. So, but whatever. It doesn't matter what you want to do. This just frees you up to do what you want to do. It doesn't have to be what I love, you know. You don't have to hang out with your family if you don't want to. You can hire a nanny so you can be gone shopping all day if that's what, you know, suits your fancy. But anyway, so... yeah, so essentially I tell people, you know, we busted our butts for the first 2, maybe 3 years, you know, we were pounding it hard. We participated in Diamond Club 3 times, you know, because I'm not a Jeannie Bradley, a self-starter. I needed those requirements, you know. That's why we decided to do Diamond Club 2, is because we flatlined for 4 months, same volume for 4 months, no increase at all. I mean, luckily it didn't go down. I don't know how that happened, but... so then I thought, you know what, I need minimums, I need requirements, I need that. And so we did Diamond Club. And each time we participated in Diamond Club, we rank advanced. So the first time we rank advanced to gold, the next time we rank advanced to platinum, and a little self-disclosure on the third participation, we didn't even qualify to stay in the 4th month the third month we didn't get the 18 enrollments. You know, we all experience failures along the way. That doesn't mean we give up. We still went diamond after the month that Diamond Club ended. Even though we weren't participating in it that month, we went diamond that month. So even though we failed in Diamond Club, we still succeeded in reaching diamond. You know, so we have failures along the way. We don't do everything perfectly, or you know, I mean, we got back from wherever we were in the RV, and we had like 3 share groups, and we had no-shows at all of them. You know. So we still have no-shows at our classes, you know, and whatever. You still keep sharing. And I think the mindset that I love to have is some will, some won't. So what? Move on, you know? Jordan Adler, like in 2014 at GoPro that my husband attended. You attended that too, right, Jeannie?
No, I didn't.
Or you did? You did, okay. I mean, one of you all did.
Yeah.
My husband comes home and tells me that Jordan Adler said, "Stop motivating people." And I'm thinking, what is he talking about? This business is about motivating people. He said, "Find people who are motivated." And I was like, oh, yeah, that would be so much easier. You know, find people that are motivated. You can't want it more than your team. You know, you can't force somebody. I love to say you can lead people to knowledge, but you cannot force them to think, like the horse to water thing. You can lead people to knowledge, but you can't force them to think, you know? And if they're not willing to do those daily activities, weekly activities, monthly activities, then you're just expending your energy where it's going to waste, frankly. So I like what Rod Richardson and Seth Rismay teach, and that is go to those who are coming to you. You know what I mean? Work with people who are partnering with you, you know? I'm not going to build a team for you, but if you would like to partner with me, I will support you in that, you know? I mean, that's just the smartest way to do it, to expend the least amount of energy so you can have a balanced life and still have some energy for your family or whatever other duties or responsibilities you have, you know? So, yeah, and just understand there are billions of people, and if, you know, 3 of your friends aren't interested, that's not the end of your world. You just move on to the next person, meet more people. Yes.
How do you share it when you're on the road? How do you share doTERRA? Because I think Kim told me that you travel.
Yeah, and that's something I tell people. That really is not a big part of our business, frankly, because it takes time to build relationships. And we've seen that. This truly is a business, a relationship building business, right? You have to create relationships. We don't have any builders from our traveling, honestly. Because some people say that, well, you guys travel so easily. Yeah, well, so what, you know? We love to travel, but that's not how we build our business, you know? We build our business with people that we have relationships with. And we lived in Virginia for 11 months. And it literally took us the entire 11 months to get one builder out there. You know, one person that was a committed builder. You know,
Where was that in
we had
Virginia?
a second one, not as committed.
In Virginia?
Yeah, Virginia. You know, we went out there to help my mother-in-law because she doesn't like to live alone. She's out on 20 acres, and the brother that usually lives with her couldn't get back when she came back from a mission from Madagascar. So we said, well, we have the flexibility. We'll go hang out with her. And I had a team out there. You know, they were trying and stuff. But anyway, so I thought, well, we could work on them while we're out there. But literally, and the way we found this builder, this is cool. My husband went to the park with our kids, you know, struck up a conversation with a mom there at the park, and then I guess, you know, he said we were from California, and she said, well, what are you doing out here? And he said, well, we educate people on essential oils and natural health care and stuff like that. And she goes, oh, I have a mom's group that would be interested. Do you think you could come and speak to them? And I was like, well, I think we might be able to work that out. Anyway, so then I went and did this presentation with, like, a mom's group where there were, like, 5 gals there. But then one of those gals said, oh, I'm in a MOPS group, Mother of Preschoolers, because I didn't know what that was either. Mother of Preschoolers group that would love to have you come. Do you think you could do that? Yes. Okay, sure. So we set that up, and the gal that was in charge of it told me, you know, they'd probably have 20 to 25 people, so I'm thinking, okay, 15. And I get there, and there are 30 people there. 30 people. Well, but they told me, you know, it's not a sales pitch, you just have to educate. So I didn't bring anything to sell or anything. I just brought some samples to share and everything. And so, because I wanted to respect that, you know, whatever. So, anyway, the organizer is the one that ended up being our builder. But it took her forever. Like, she came to some classes, and then she finally signed up, and then, you know, Might have come to some subsequent classes or whatever, but she wasn't interested in building or anything. And then I get a Facebook message from her saying, does doTERRA limit the amount of marketing you can do on Facebook? But anyway, so then she became our builder, and she was our 5th gold that made us blue diamond. So she just hit gold in November. And it's so exciting. I swear I'm so excited about what I do in moments like this. Like, I was talking to her, she's 3 hours later in Virginia, of course, and she and her husband Gabe, he's very awesome too. He's like my husband. He's totally supportive and like worked booths with her and everything. Not that that's necessary. You can do it without the support of your spouse. My upline, you know, she did it on her own with like, you know, having the husband like not wanting her leaving and not, anyway, whatever. You can do it either way. But it's just nice when the husband's on board and supportive and stuff. Anyway, so it was so awesome talking to them because he used to work from home, but then he had to get a new job, and so he goes to work, you know. And the boy, they have 2 sons, and the 4-year-old came down the last day of the month in November. They were running their numbers just to make sure they had everything in place for gold. And the 4-year-old, she goes, he never does this. He came downstairs from sleeping in bed, downstairs. I don't want Daddy to go to work tomorrow, you know. And it was just such a moment for her because she's like, oh, I'm on my way, you know, I'm gold, and I'm going to bring my husband home so my boys don't have to live without him. And I was just like, dude, I love what I do. It's like you're freeing people, you're rescuing people, you know? And yeah, it takes effort, but, you know, I mean, like Orrin Woodward says, he goes, if it takes 8 hours a day, 5 days a week to not get your goals and dreams, this here thing is going to take some time and effort, right? I mean, you go and working for somebody else 40 hours a week. I mean, if you don't do anything different, will you be in a different place in 5 years, 10 years? No. I mean, you got to get outside of your comfort zone to make this thing move forward. It's going to have to be uncomfortable for a little while, but let me tell you, man, if you do that, if you get uncomfortable for a couple of years and you're consistent with it, like Eric Worre said, you're going to be really comfortable in 3 to 5 years. Trust me.